Dear students, let us practice some questions on the chapter wave motion. Now you are given with the two equations, 5 sine 2 pi 75t minus 0.25x and 10 sine 2 pi 150t minus 0.5x. You are asked to find the ratio of their intensity. So now you know that intensity is proportional to amplitude square. Okay, dear students, you know what are the amplitudes and you know you have to find the ratio of the intensity. You can easily do it yourself. Okay, very easy question. Now, okay, a sound wave y is equal to a naught sine of omega t minus kx is reflected from a rigid wall. 64 of its amplitude is reflected. See, reflected amplitude is 64% of incident amplitude. Direction of propagation is reversed, so it becomes omega t plus kx, and when reflection is from a rigid wall, we add pi to it. Okay, so sine 180 plus theta will become negative sine theta, right dear students? Okay, so we get the equation as minus 64 by 100 a naught sine of omega t plus kx. Is any option matching? Yes, we have this option matching, right? Okay, a transverse wave is described by the equation y is equal to y naught sine 2 pi ft minus x by lambda. The maximum particle velocity is 4 times the wave velocity. It is given that the maximum value of particle velocity is 4 times wave velocity, right dear students? Okay, right. Now we have the equation here, which is, you know, y is equal to y naught sine of 2 pi ft minus 2 pi x divided by lambda. Okay, so dy by dt is actually the particle velocity, which is, you know, y naught. The derivative of sine is cos 2 pi ft minus 2 pi x by lambda multiplied by coefficient of t, which is 2 pi f. Okay, and now you know that the maximum value of particle velocity is actually the coefficient of cos. So Vp max is equal to 2 pi f into y naught. This is the maximum value of particle velocity, and you know what is the wave velocity? See, maximum particle velocity is 4 times the wave velocity. Dear students, 2 pi f into y naught. Wave velocity is coefficient of t divided by coefficient of x. Okay, so it is 2 pi f, right? It is 2 pi f divided by 2 pi by definitely lambda. Okay, so we are going to cancel few things now. Okay, so we have lambda as f also gets cancelled. We get lambda as 2 pi y naught, I think, right? So is it true? A transverse wave is this, right? Right. The maximum particle velocity is 4 times the wave velocity. No, I'm sorry. It is 4 times the wave velocity. We have to write 4 also here. Okay, dear students. So there was some mistake. 2 pi y naught divided by 4 is equal to lambda. Pi y naught by 2 is going to give the correct answer. Okay. Yes. Second one is the correct option. Right, dear students? We missed 4 actually, right? Okay. Now the displacement of a wave is this. Okay. The speed of the wave motion is, see dear students, when you are asked to find the speed, speed is always coefficient of t divided by coefficient of x. Speed is always coefficient of t divided by definitely coefficient of x. Okay. So coefficient of t is 600 divided by coefficient of x. So this is 300. This is 300. Right. Coefficient of t divided by coefficient of x is 300, right? Okay. Now see, maximum intensity divided by minimum intensity is, dear students, a plus b whole square divided by a minus b whole square. So amplitude is 5 plus, rather 10 plus 5 whole square divided by 10 minus 5 whole square. Okay, you can easily do it yourself now. It is 9, right? Law of superposition is applicable to all kind of waves. all kinds of waves. Only the transverse waves can be polarized, but the principle of superposition is valid for longitudinal as well as transverse waves. Okay. A tuning fork whose frequency is given by whose frequency is as given by the manufacturer is 512 Hz is being tested with an accurate oscillator. It is found that the fork produces beats of 2 Hz. Okay, beats of 2 Hz when the oscillator reads 514. So oscillator is 514 and it gives 2 beats. So its frequency may be either 512 or either 516, right? Now again, but produces a beat of 6 Hz when the oscillator reads 510 Hz. So its frequency can be 516 or it can be 506. So the common answer is 516. So this is the answer. Okay, 516 is the correct option, dear students. The equation of stationary wave is given by this, right? Okay, it is y is equal to 5 sine of pi x by 3 cos of 40 pi t. Right, just compare it with the general form, which is y is equal to a sine kx cos of omega t. Okay, just calculate lambda, dear students, and just keep in mind that in case of stationary waves, the distance between two nodes is lambda by 2. Two adjacent nodes, lambda by 2. One loop is actually of length lambda by 2. Okay, right. So just calculate k. I suppose we got k. Value of k is pi by 3, right? K is also 2 pi by lambda. It is equal to pi by 3. We get the value of lambda as 6, right? And distance between two adjacent nodes is lambda by 2, which is actually 3 centimeters, right? The equation of motion in the same direction. Okay, we are asked to find the amplitude. See, resultant amplitude is under root of a square plus b square plus 2ab cos theta. Theta is the phase difference, right? Theta. So amplitude is for both the waves is 2a square plus 2a square plus 2 into 2a into 2a into cos theta, right? We are taking under root 8a square common into 1 plus cos theta, right? So this is under root 8a square, 1 plus cos theta becomes 2 cos square theta by 2. So this becomes 4a cos of theta by 2, 4a cos of theta by 2, right, dear students? Okay, I hope this is clear to everyone. Now, a uniform wire of length L, diameter d and density rho is stretched under a tension T. The correct relation, see dear students, the fundamental frequency is given by 1 upon 2L under root tension by linear mass density. You know what is linear mass density? It is mass divided by length. This is density into volume by length. Volume is area into length divided by length, and area is pi r square, which is pi d square by 4. Okay, so this is 1 upon 2L under root T divided by rho multiplied by pi d square divided by 4. So we get it as 1 by LD under root of tension divided by rho into definitely pi. So frequency is inversely proportional to LD, dear students. Okay. A stretch string of length 1 meter and mass this having tension of 20 Newton is plucked at 25 centimeter from one end. See dear students, we have a string here. Length of the string is 1 meters. Okay, it is plugged at 25 centimeter. That means we have an antinode at 25 centimeter. Okay, so this is the case. When there is an antinode at 25 centimeter, there will also be an antinode at 75 centimeter, a node at 50 centimeter, a node at 0 centimeter, a node at 100 centimeter. That means the string is vibrating in the second mode of vibration. Okay, so frequency is n by 2L under root of T divided by mu, dear students. So this is 1 upon, length is actually 1 meter under root of tension, tension is 20 divided by mu, mass is 5 into 10 to the power minus 4 kg, right? So we get this as, I suppose, 200 hertz. Okay, the 200 hertz is the correct option, dear students, right? 4 wires of identical length, diameters of say and of the same material are stretched on a sonometer wire if the ratio of their fundamental frequencies are, okay. See, dear students, this question is, if the ratio of their tension is 1:4:9:16, then the ratio of their fundamental frequencies are, this is the question, right? So you know that frequency is 1/2L under root T by mu. So you know that frequency is actually directly proportional to square root of tension, okay. Frequency is directly proportional to square root of tension, and we know the ratio of the tensions. So nu1 is to nu2 is to nu3 is to nu4 is actually under root of 1 is to 4 is to 9 is to 16. So we get this as 1 is to 2 is to 3 is to 4, dear students. 1, 2, 3, 4 is going to be the correct answer, I suppose, okay. A tuning fork vibrating with the sonometer having 20 centimeter wire produces 5 beats per second, right? A tuning fork vibrating with the sonometer having 20 centimeter wire produces 5 beats per second. The beat frequency does not change if the length of the wire is changed to 21 centimeter. The frequency of the tuning fork is, see, let us assume that frequency of this tuning fork is nu, okay. We have a sonometer wire, length of the wire is 20 centimeter, okay. So when we increase the the length, the frequency of the sonometer wire is going to decrease, okay. So that means initially the frequency was its frequency was nu plus 5 and later it became nu minus 5 because it is producing the same beats, right? Right, okay. Now we are asked to find the frequency of the tuning fork. Definitely frequency is inversely proportional to length. So this nu plus 5 divided by nu minus 5 is actually 21 by 20. So we get the answer as 205. 205 plus 5 is 210. 205 minus 5 is 200. So the answer is 205. Okay, dear students. See, I have assumed the frequency of the tuning fork to be nu, and since this sonometer wire is producing 5 beats per second, so its frequency can be either nu plus 5 or either nu minus 5. Okay, so when the length is increased, so frequency decreases. So that's why for the smaller length I have taken the frequency to be nu plus 5, right? A closed pipe and an open pipe have their first overtones identical. First overtones. First overtone of a closed organ pipe is equal to the first overtone of an open organ pipe. Okay, right. I'm going to cancel few things now. S2 is going to cancel, V is going to cancel. Now the ratio of their lengths, okay. LO divided by LC is equal to 4 by 3 or 3 by 4. Okay, 3 by 4 is the correct option, dear students. Okay, we have a closed organ pipe here. So the first frequency is V by 4L, fundamental frequency. After that we have the ratio 1:3:5:7:9:11:13, right? Let us calculate this value. 340 divided by 4 times 0.85, so we get 100, right? So first frequency is 100, next 300, 500, 700, 900, 1100. After that it exceeds 1250. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 harmonics, right? Okay, dear students, right. A cylinder tube open at both ends has a fundamental frequency F in air. Okay, an open organ pipe has a fundamental frequency F in air, definitely, right? And its fundamental frequency is given by, V by 2L. Okay, V by 2L, right? Let us take the length to be L. The tube is dipped vertically in water so that half of it is in water. Perfect, half of it is in water. Now the fundamental, see, now it became the closed organ pipe, and for the closed organ pipe the fundamental frequency is V by 4 times L, and when it is half dipped right? When it is half dipped in water, the length became half, okay? This is L by 2. We get V by 2L as the same answer. That means it is same. It remains F only. Okay, it remains F only. So when a tube is dipped vertically in water, half dipped, then its length becomes L by 2, and definitely we get the same answer. Okay. An organ pipe is closed at one end and open at the other. That is a closed organ pipe. What is the ratio of the third and fourth modes of vibration? Okay. 1:3:5:7:9 is the ratio. For the third and fourth mode of vibration, the ratio is 5:7. Okay, dear students. No. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Right. Air is blown at the mouth of an open tube of length 25 cm, diameter 2 cm. Emitted frequencies, it is an open organ pipe. Frequencies must be in the ratio 1:2:3:4:5 for an open organ pipe. It is not in that ratio, it is not in that ratio, not in that ratio, not in that ratio. Only the first one has the frequencies in the ratio 1:2:3:4:5. So easy question. Okay. A train moving at a speed Vs towards a stationary observer on a platform emits the sound of frequency F, velocity V. Okay. So FO is equal to F V stationary observer upon V minus Vs. Right? Train is moving towards stationary observer, right? This is FO is equal to F 1 upon 1 minus Vs divided by V, right, dear students? So FO is equal to F 1 minus Vs by V. Take binomial approximation now. FO is equal to F 1 plus Vs divided by V, right? This is the correct option, dear students. Okay. A car moving at a speed of 17 meter per second. Okay, car is moving at a speed of 17 meter per second. This is a car moving at 17 meter per second. Perfect. Towards an approaching bus that blows a horn at a frequency of 640 hertz. Approaching bus. That means both are moving towards each other. Okay, towards each other. Frequency of source is 640. Observed frequency is 680. Okay. Speed of sound in air is 340. V plus VO observer is 17 speed upon 340 minus the speed of the bus is not known. Speed of source is not known. You can easily solve it yourself, dear students, now. Okay. Right. Two open organ pipes of length 25 and 25.5 produce 10 beats per second. Okay, easy question. The one having the smaller length is going to produce higher frequency, V by 2 times. Okay, 25.5 divided by 100, right, is equal to 10 beats. You can easily solve it now, dear students. Okay. Now just solve for V. Okay, just take the LCM, solve for V. The intensity of a sound of intensity is 30 decibels. Okay. So formula in decibel is beta is equal to 10 log I by I naught, where I naught is threshold of hearing. Okay. Beta is 30, 10 log of I divided by I naught. Now we get I by I naught as 10 to the power 3. Right, dear students? Yes, it is 1000. Okay. Decibel is a unit of intensity, sound loudness. Okay. Third option is correct, sound loudness. Quality of sound depends on harmonics present. Open organ pipe produces odd as well as even harmonics. So sound produced by an open organ pipe is richer in quality, whereas the closed organ pipe produces only the odd harmonics. So sound produced by closed organ pipe is not rich in quality. Okay. Now we have the equation of wave as this: y is equal to e to the power minus root ax whole square plus root b into t whole square plus 2 root a into x root b into t. Okay, dear students. So we get y is equal to e to the power minus root ax plus root b into t whole square, right? So okay, speed is, you know, coefficient of t divided by coefficient of x, and since kx and omega t have same sign, so wave is traveling towards negative x-axis, right dear students? Do we have an option? Wave moving toward negative direction with speed root b upon a, root a. Okay, let us solve the next question dear students. I suppose this is a good question. Let me redraw the diagram, then we'll read the question. This point is a, this point is c. Okay, we have two strings, one bar is there, BD, some weight is hanging from point O, okay, mass is m, this is x, this is L minus x, right? A massless rod is suspended by two identical strings A, B and C, D of equal length. A block of mass m is suspended from point O such that BO is equal to x. Dear student, this point is O, okay. The frequency of first harmonic, okay, in AB, there is a first harmonic in AB, right? First harmonic in AB is equal to the second harmonic in CD. It is equal to the second harmonic in CD, right? Let me do it. Now 1 upon 2L first harmonic under root T by T1 by mu equals to second harmonic, that means 2 by 2L under root definitely T2 by mu. We are going to cancel many things now. Let me do that. 2L is going to die, mu is going to die. We get the ratio T1 by T2 as 4 dear students. We can also get the value of tension by using the concept of torque now. Tension here is T1, tension here is T2. Let us calculate torque about point 2 and equate it to 0 for equilibrium, rotational equilibrium. So put your finger here, hit along T1, the whole system will move clockwise. Clockwise torque is negative as a convention. Plus put your finger here, hit it along the direction of T2, system is going to move anti-clockwise. So T2 into L minus x is equal to definitely 0. T1x is equal to T2 L minus x. T1 by T2 is 4 is equal to L minus x divided by x. So x is going to be L by 5. X is going to be L by 5 dear students. Okay. Two identical flutes produce fundamental notes of frequency 300 Hz at 27 degrees Celsius. If the temperature of air in one flute is increased to 31 degrees Celsius, the number of beats heard per second will be, okay. See dear students, frequency is basically proportional to speed of sound in air, and you know that speed of sound is proportional to square root of temperature. Frequency was 300, right? When the temperature was, you know, 300, obviously 300 Kelvin, right? And when the temperature is increased to 31 degrees Celsius, okay, let it be 300 only, that means 273 plus 31, it produces how many beats? No, we are asked to find the number of beats. So its frequency will increase by some amount, let it be 300 plus x, that x will give the number of beats, right? Okay, now we are going to get this as 1 upon 1 plus x by 300 is equal to 1 upon 1 plus 4 by 300, is it? Yes, it is. 304 by 300, okay. Raised to the power 1 by 2, just use the binomial approximation. 1 plus x by 300 is equal to 1 plus 4 by 300 divided by 2. I suppose we get the value of x as 2. Okay dear students, we get the value of x as 2. Yes, 1 gets cancelled. Definitely we get the value of x as 2. It was a good question, right? A source and a listener are both moving towards each other. Okay, easy question. FO is equal to F V plus VO divided by V minus Vs. This is the answer. Okay dear students, you can easily find it yourself, right? The displacement time graphs for two sound waves, important thing to note, these are sound waves, okay, and intensity of sound wave is basically proportional to amplitude square into frequency square, right, important thing to note. Now the intensity of A divided by intensity of B is equal to, amplitude of A is 2 square, but its frequency is half, right, 1 by 2 square divided by whatever, its amplitude is 1, frequency is, let us take the values to be like this. Amplitude of A is 2A square, and its frequency is let us take the amplitude of A and its frequency to be f, okay, let us take it in this way. So amplitude of A is A square and frequency is basically f, okay. Now for B we have amplitude is going to be half but frequency is going to be double, okay. So we get the same ratio as 1:1, dear students, right. Now we have another question, easy one, just like wave optics. So two interfering waves have intensities in the ratio 9:4 and we are asked to find the ratio of maximum and minimum intensity. It is given by root I1 plus root I2 whole square divided by root I1 minus root I2 whole square. That means we have the ratio of the intensities, okay. So root I1 by I2 is 3 by 2 plus 1 divided by 3 by 2 minus 1 whole square. So I hope we get the value as 25:1. Yes, okay, dear students. If fundamental frequency of closed pipe is 50 Hz, the frequency of second overtone is, see dear students, frequencies in the ratio 1:3, 5, 7, 9. Fundamental frequency, first overtone, second overtone, right. Second overtone has to be 5 times the fundamental frequency. 250 Hz is the answer, okay. Right. A speeding motorcyclist sees the traffic jam ahead of him. He slows down to 36 km/h. So he is a motorcyclist, right. Moving with 10 meter per second, right. He finds that the traffic has eased and a car moving ahead of him car is moving with 5 meter per second. 18 km/h is 5 meter per second in the same direction, okay. Honking. So this is the source, car is the source. Observed frequency is equal to source frequency is 1392. Both are moving towards each other. Speed of sound is 343. So V plus observer upon V plus Vs also, right. V plus Vo upon V plus Vs. Both are moving in the same direction, right, dear students. So it will be little greater than 1392, which may be, I think the answer will be 1412. You can easily solve it yourself.